Friends, Earl at thelogbook.com, back in the depths of the Atari 8-bit computer catalog, and once again, I feel kind of like blowing stuff up, and what better for that than Gorf, or as I've always liked to think of it, frog spelled backwards. And this one was licensed by Rockland, which was kind of interesting. CBS did do software for the Atari 8-bit computers, and CBS had the license for Gorf for home consoles, but apparently the bidding for the rights to Gorf for home computers was open to whoever. Commodore did a first-party version for the VIC-20, and Rockland managed to get the game on the Atari 8-bit computers. So let's start shooting up our own shields here. Oh, well, that went well. That went even better. And, are we on to the next stage, or did I just give away the home world? Okay, so evidently that stage, you have to let them come to you. This is actually a pretty faithful adaptation of Gorf. Now, the graphics in the arcade game were such a fine-grained deal that it's really hard to properly translate to a home computer or console, but for what it has to work with graphically, this version is not bad. Slow moving as those projectiles are, you would think that I could get out from under them, but I didn't even make it past the space warp stage. Let's try this again. I didn't say I was good at Gorf, just that I wanted to see what this version was like. This does not entail being good at the game. I am not good at Gorf. I am really not good at Gorf. Gorf is really good at killing me, though. Okay. Well, let's try it again and see if maybe I can, lose all my lives completely on the first stage of the game and not even make it past the Space Invaders clone. Surely such a feat is waiting to be accomplished by a player of my caliber. And here we go. See, working on it already. Okay. Laser guys. All right. Hey, got one of the laser guys. Hey, one of the laser guys got me. Really? 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 Okay. Okay. See how this is gonna go. I don't see a high school with saving here. Let me do one thing real quick. My emulator had auto fire switched on. I wondered why. It seemed like some of my shots were never actually leaving. Okay. I feel like I'm acquitting myself a bit better. I shouldn't have said anything. Laser guys. Laser guys. Mm-hmm. Well, if I got points for kamikazing, then I'd be doing great. I just don't think that's the object of the game somehow. Alright, now let's go die on the Space Warp screen. Almost got it. Almost, of course, is good enough, but... Oh! There we go. Oh, I thought that shot was for sure gonna hit him. Need some white hot electric death, my little friend. Hey. Now, it's a fairly well-known fact that I'll probably cover one of these days with Arcade Gorf, that Gorf actually started life not as frog spelled backwards, but as a proposal for an arcade game based on Star Trek the motion picture. And the debris killed me. The debris killed me. And the boss ship at that last stage that I was just on, if you flip it upside down, it's the Enterprise, which really makes me question, okay, if this was a proposal for a Star Trek the Motion Picture arcade game, who's the player going to be in that game if they were shooting at the Enterprise? Let's think about this for a second. Is that what players, putting a quarter into a Star Trek machine want to be doing? So, thankfully, that idea went no further. Sort of like I seem to be going no further in the game, given my apparent lack of skill here. Part of my problem with this is, I'm sitting here thinking I'm usually better than this at Gorf in the arcade. And I think part of the reason is that the arcade game has a very vertically oriented screen, whereas this one squishes things down into a tiny space and doesn't leave you a whole lot of room to maneuver or react. So the perils of playing Gorf in a 4:3 aspect ratio. So that's it for our latest venture into the Atari 8-bit computer library. I'm sure there are other gems waiting to be discovered, and we'll have to explore those another time. Thanks for watching.